Welcome to the Women on the Rise podcast. I'm Jen Blandos, and I am so excited to share with you that for the next 30 days, I am introducing you to 30 of Female Fusion's members from around the world. They are going to share with you their stories of entrepreneurship, their highs, the lows, what inspired them to get into business, which I hope will inspire you along your entrepreneurial journey. Welcome to another episode of Women on the Rise and our Female Fusion special, where we are featuring 30 female entrepreneurs from Female Fusion from around the world. And today I am delighted to introduce you to Nikki Wilson, who is the founder of Genie Recruitment. Welcome to the podcast, Nikki.
Thanks for having me.
So, Nikki, you have a business called Genie Recruitment.
Do you?
Maybe just tell me a little bit about your story and how Genie came into existence.
Okay. So I have been in recruitment for 12 years now. And when I first moved over to Dubai, I'd been headhunted to join a recruitment agency. And I realized things were done a little bit different out here, not so specialist as I had come from. And I thought immediately, I think it was within the first day of landing in Dubai, there was a gap in the market for a genuine, authentic service in recruitment and consumer specialists as well, because I've only ever worked with consumer dedicated companies. So background was all FMCG and retail. And then when I started Genie 6 years ago, that was the main focus. And then from there, it's kind of evolved into all areas of consumer. So we have lots of clients in restaurants, in startups, e-com, VC-backed businesses, apps, anything that you can associate with the consumer industry, basically.
Well, you're kind of known as the person to talk to about recruiting. And I think it is just because you are such a genuine person and very caring that I think people are very attracted to that they see you and they see that ethos go through Genie Recruitment as well.
Yeah, I think so. I think, people do gravitate towards people that are authentic and genuine. And, it's definitely one of the ethos of our business is, we always make sure that we're telling the truth and we're very honest. We constantly tell our clients and candidates, we'll call them out about things that maybe other recruiters might not. And we never push forward any CVs that aren't suitable and things like this. So I think it is a little bit of a different service because my team, they don't have any KPIs. And again, that's very strange in the recruitment industry. Yes. We're in sales.
Tell me about that. Why do your team not have any KPIs?
Because, maybe it's just something that I had experienced working in recruitment. As you said, I'm quite a kind person, very giving, and I was always like that even in the workplace. And I found that I would often be penalized for that. So I'd be there, behind the scenes, helping all the other consultants get clients, helping them with CVs, etc. But maybe on my board, it might not be the highest numbers, but I knew what I was doing. But you don't, typically in a recruitment industry, you don't get any benefit from helping others. So I thought actually the model for my business was that you benefit from helping others, so that's why we do everything as a team. We do, the numbers as a team, and honestly, barely any of my team blank. So blanking is having 0 on the board. Barely any ever have 0. We were all very productive. It's a very kind of growth mindset, even from the intern right up to the management team.
Wow. So that's very typical, and very untypical for the world of recruiting as well.
Yeah.
The other thing as well that you do, and you're very well known for this within Female Fusion, is that you take very good care of your team. And we were just speaking before we started this podcast that you were actually in India with your team. You'd taken your entire team, I think everybody in the team, even the receptionist, to India on a retreat. Why do you do those sorts of things?
I think, my background, I'd always traveled since I was a kid. I've always said yes to the most bizarre experiences. And I think that whatever background people have come from, to be given those kind of opportunities, I'm super spiritual as a person. So I like taking them to retreats, things to do with meditation. With India, we actually did lots of yoga, and they had like Reiki done and some bizarre experiences. But, it's all part of the learning, and I'm really like passionate about showing people a different way. We're quite hippie vibes in the office. We have lots of Palo Santo. We try and manifest things every morning. We have like abundance and meditation time.
Wow.
Like gratitude, all this kind of stuff. Like these are the kind of topics that go on in our office, and I think that it's. I couldn't surprise, someone initially with all the things that I do. I don't think like someone could walk in and I would expect them to follow the way that I do things. So I try to, introduce slowly different aspects of what I enjoy doing. And actually slowly over time, my whole team, they all meditate. They all do either yoga or Pilates now. They're all into, I have some holy water from the temples in Bangkok. To most people, this would be bizarre. They spray themselves with it. To get deals in. Not the usual recruitment agency life at all.
A bit woo.
A bit woo-woo. We're quite woo-woo, yeah. But woo-woo is good, and I think that especially in a hard, recruitment is hard. It's not easy, Sales is hard, dealing with people, like all the dropouts, things like this, it's frustrating. But if you can throw a bit of woo and a bit of silliness in there, it kind of works.
Yeah. And do you find as a result of that you have like a really tight team? And is that easier as a business owner to manage when your team is like that?
Yeah, so we are a very tight team. We're like a family, really. And, the retention is pretty high. Like I've had people with me 4 years, 5 years, 6 years typically. And, I hope that the others will stay that long as well. It will always be difficult, I think, anyway, to try and manage. A lot of it is just managing yourself. Like my opinion is, right, put myself in their shoes. How are they feeling? Could something else be going on? If something happens, like someone's angry or maybe not having a good day or, a bit bitey, then I'm thinking, oh, there might be something else going on. And that's how I always think about things. But, on the other side, I think that I do spoil them because I've had a few people like leave or, think that the grass is greener on the other side. And then when they leave, it's very different. And then I worry about them. Like I still worry about them after they go. And even on the team trip, I took someone that doesn't work for me anymore. But I took her with us because, she's still a Genie to me. She's still part of the family. And I think that's maybe, again, a bit of a different take. Would other employers do that? Probably not.
I mean, it's whatever works for your business, right? And everybody has different things that works for their business. The great thing is it's our business, so you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, do what you want. I know. That's what I do.
You can have people telling you one thing, but at the end of the day, it's your business and you can do what you want, which is pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, yeah.
But it's also your money that you have to spend.
Yeah, no, that's true. But I think I have always been someone that goes against the grain, real disruptor when it comes to recruitment, leadership, everything. And I just do things from my own gut and it always does seem to work out. And I think that's,
Well, intuition, and I realize this as I get more and more into my entrepreneurial journey, like I'm over 20 years now. And I've really realized how powerful intuition is. And I don't think that we, especially when we're younger, we don't tap into that you've got your brain telling you one thing and maybe your gut is telling you something else.
Yeah.
But I found that intuition is almost always right.
Yeah, definitely.
You found that, yeah.
Yeah, I think trusting your intuition. I've always gone by my idea of what might be right, which has typically always been what experts had told me that was wrong, and I'm okay with it because it's kind of worked.
But you do, you do give your team a lot of extra benefits, a lot of love. I guess anybody who wants to be an employee, if they hear this podcast interview, will be like, hey, I want to go work for Genie.
Yeah. I the most recent girl that we're not hiring, but sorry, might be hiring, we're interviewing her. She said that she had our logo on her vision board. That's how much she wants to work for us.
Wow.
She said that during an interview. We're like, really?
But that's so cool, right? Yeah. Because that goes to show what a brand you have built. And Genie is very much Nikki because it is your values and your love that you bring to that. But then it's also that energy that flows through to the people as well.
Yeah.
But do you find, so let's talk with the business hat on for a little bit, because at the end of the day, we do have to run businesses and profitable businesses and everything like that. Do you find that by spoiling your team like that, is it adding value to the business? Like, is your team more motivated? Are they delivering more? Or if you provided them with less, would you still get that from your team?
So it's a very strange thing that I can never really explain. So I've never spent any money on marketing, ever. Like, we don't do ads, we don't do anything, and we don't do any business development. But we work with over 350 clients. Wow. And I think that it comes from, they say, that if you can get a personal brand going, and it's not just me, it's them as well, like, as a unit. And I can't say that I'm the best. I do everything on Canva. I just post amateur videos, but people love it. People love it. And
but
the
it's
clients
authentic,
come,
right?
Yeah, they come and they come and they come and they come. And, I don't expect the team to do lots of business development or be really active, and it's all genuine, like leads that come to us. It's very warm. So yeah, on that side, it's super productive. And then on the team side, I think that because everyone's quite light in the office, we work really well, as a collective, we know each other really well, and I think that most recruiters, they work in like silo like this, very protective over their business, but ours is not like that.
Everybody's
so everyone can do a deal. I still do deals. I'm like I like to think that I am the resourcer of the company, and obviously like the hierarchy, I hate to think that people think of me as the boss even. And when we were away, I quite liked being just Nikki, because I know that when we met some guy there who had a production company in Dubai, and I knew he couldn't tell who was the boss, and I liked that.
It's interesting because you might ask other entrepreneurs that, and they would feel very uncomfortable with that they would want to be known as the boss.
Yeah.
And do you find it's...
I'm weird, I know.
No, you're not weird at all. And this is what I love about this podcast. I love talking to so many entrepreneurs, is that there's no one right way to go about it. And different things work for different people. And if this is what you feel comfortable with, if this is your comfort zone and it works, why listen to somebody else who's, got like an MBA or like gone to management school, because they're not living what you live.
Yeah. And I really have brought my entire personality into work, and it's a really great place to work, great culture. And I love it still. I love going to work every day.
That's what's important.
Yeah.
But does everybody stay? Do they always, like your team, I guess, like if they've got such a jammy deal like that, free holidays, Reiki meditation, spray some holy water in the office.
I know, bizarre, but
who wants to leave, right?
Yeah, amazing. You think that. I think that, but we do have people leave every now and then. And at first, I found it difficult because the first time it happened was actually last year, and it started with someone being headhunted, because they get headhunted by the top businesses as well. Like one of my team has gone to Emirates, another is going to UNAS. They get headhunted all the time, which is fine. But the reason that the culture is the way that it is, to make it easy and productive, and we do all these fun things, is because in terms of salary, I might not be the highest salary payer in the market, but the commission is really good. So you must work very hard. You must have a lot of your own accountability, be very organized, etc., to make that kind of money. I have team members that are making serious money But then I might have other ones that might have a dip, you know, in terms of their commission, and then they think the grass is greener on the other side. And it's fine. Like, I think everyone should experience it. And I honestly let people go with like love and peace, and they can always come back to us. And that's just the ethos. And, you know, but yeah.
I feel that too. You know, sometimes as much as we love it, because I found that hard too when I had my other business, when people left in the beginning, like, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? And why did they not want to work with me? And like, I have free massages in the office once a week. And, you know, all of these things that you think will make a difference. Yeah. But at the end of the day, sometimes what people want out of life is not what your business offers at the time.
Exactly.
And I always say, because I had one person resign and they said to me, they're like, are you angry with me? It's like, no, you know, like everybody, you can't be here forever. Yeah. And I know that, you know, you're off to have another opportunity and that's great. I'm happy for you. You know, we want to celebrate that. I don't understand people who get angry with employees leaving, because everybody has the right to have opportunities, so long as you as the employee does it right, you know, doesn't go in and be like, there's my resignation, I'm out.
They all cry to me, which is, you know, and I think that's normal, because there's a lot of emotional attachment with us all, I think. And I think that's another thing that's maybe a bit different, because usually with the boss there's still a bit of a wall, isn't there? I know there's still a little wall, but very small compared to other environments. So there's always a lot of tears during resignations. But I get it. I understand. People want different experiences. You know, change is good actually sometimes. But I think
I love seeing as well how people grow. You know, they take the experience that they have with you, and then they go off to do different things, and you almost feel like a bit of a proud parent that you're like, it's so good, you know, because you grow in life.
Yeah, definitely. I have a few proteges even from when I was younger. Not that they work for my business, but you know, and I'm so proud of some of them, what they've done in their lives. And I think, you know, I do feel I was a part of that. And I think that's how I must think, you know, when they leave me. I'm thinking, right, they're off to learn, but I can actually still watch what they're up to, and I'll still be here.
And
if they need advice.
They're not leaving you. They're growing. They're growing. Yeah. But people, and I don't know if you find this, but I found that people is one of the really hardest things to get right when you're growing your business, and especially when you go from that 6-figure level to 7-figure level, that people become so critical to the success of your business, because you're not doing all of the work all the time. You're relying on other people to be that extension of you.
Yes, which is quite hard sometimes, because I am, you know, I'm known as like the face sometimes, and a lot of clients only want to work with me. And for a long time, I didn't delegate certain clients to the others. But now all of them are. I don't really look after any clients anymore unless there's a problem.
That's so good. And I hope you don't mind me bringing it up. So
I don't mind.
we got to know each other quite well, because you came on the Female Fusion Retreat that we had to Mykonos in May, which was an incredible experience with the most amazing food as well. Gosh, we had the best chef. But one of the things that came up for you is we were all like, Nikki, stop doing everything. And it was so funny, like everybody, and it was so nice, like a mastermindy sort of environment as well, that we would give each other different feedback as well. And I think one of the things that came up for you is we were like, you need more support for you.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll never forget, because, you know, like you had said it, and then Reem had said it, and then literally like sat me down, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna listen, because I respect these people a lot. So, and as soon as I got back to the UK, I hired a VA within a week. It's completely changed everything. Wow. It gives me more time to actually do the things that I love, and I love resourcing. I still like doing, you know, the basics of recruitment. So I'm able to do more of that, and I think that's really important, because I know that I can find all the diamonds in the rough, you know, in terms of candidates and things like that. And I want to be doing those things. I want to be helping my team. So it's really good. It's freed me up a bit.
So good. See, and it frees you up. So sometimes you just need to say yes to that sort of thing.
Because sometimes you can get into your own head, right?
Totally.
Because my way of doing business is so different that, it's hard to take on board sometimes different opinions. But it was really good to get that kind of insight and then think, why am I doing these things? Why am I chasing invoices like every day?
Right? We don't need to do that. No. Get somebody else to do that.
Yeah. So we've got Laura, the VA, who does it all now. I think she's part of Female Fusion as well.
Everybody is in Female Fusion. Everybody should. If you're not in Female Fusion, why are you not in Female Fusion?
It should be.
And what did you think of the retreat? Was it good to kind of get out of the business? Because sometimes people are like, oh, I'm too busy. I can't go on a retreat.
Yeah, no, it was really good. I think it's so good to be around so many different people, and obviously ideally people that are either at your level or just before or, even ahead of you. And I think that just getting that kind of inspiration, because we also meet up afterwards and we're actually holding each other accountable. All of us, so every month, we have an Excel document where we say we're going to do things. It's very good. Yeah, Sarah's very organised.
Sarah is
She's organised.
Incredibly organised. Yeah. Sarah's brilliant.
Yeah, and then Reem does lots of great workshops as well.
Oh, good.
And then I'm like the, you always get the one that's the overachiever or like the teacher's pet. That's me. I just like to get things
Nikki's
done.
Like, give me a challenge. I'm going to be the first to get it done.
Yeah, I'm that person.
But I think a lot of us are overachievers as entrepreneurs as well. Yeah. One of the things we were talking about, even in Female Fusion, because how we have the member portal and we have so much content, like we have so much content, and sometimes I think it can feel a little bit overwhelming, and we keep having brainstorms about how can we make it more accessible? How, can people find what they need to do? And one of the things we're looking at doing is having like different badges that you get for completing different things.
Okay.
And we thought, just for like all the competitive ones, like I'm all for the badges. I don't know about you, but like,
oh yeah, I won the first
badges,
one, do you remember?
The awards, yes. And when we did our course creation challenge, you won that as well. Yeah. But like, I look at that and it's like, how can I win?
Everyone loves prizes though. Yes. And that's like, even with my team, that's why we do so many incentives for regardless what it is. Everyone likes to win things.
Even if it's a certificate, right?
Yeah. And I love it. Like, so that would work.
Yeah.
People are competitive. They want to win. So
especially entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
We're a special breed, I think.
Exactly. Yeah.
So what's next for you in Genie? You have a lot of things
Always lots of things coming up. So the number one for this year is Saudi. So we are kind of really focusing. Like, we've got a lot of clients there anyway. I've never been. The team have never been. None of us have ever been. But we've got lots of clients there. So we're going to do a trip to Saudi, like just 4 of us.
Okay.
Try and get lots of meetings, and then maybe go to Al Ula like for a night because we all want to go. And then I am doing the Genie Journal as well, which is a book which effectively takes you through step by step how to look for a job in the UAE, because it's very complex and yes.
Well, it is, right? Kind of like setting up a business in the UAE as well. One of the things that I did over the summer too is I recorded an online course made for people outside of the country on how to set up a business in the UAE, because I kept getting asked the question so many times. So I was like, I'm going to put it in a course.
Yeah.
Kind of like you get asked all the time about how to find a job.
Even businesses as well. I've probably helped at least 10 of my friends set up businesses, you know, because I've been able to do all the ins and outs, and, I'll know someone that can do something and that kind of thing. So I think that having those tips and tricks within a book, or like you say, within a course or whatever it might be, it's super, super beneficial. It's just getting people on that, direct, go here or buy this. So that's why I'm trying to do a digital course as well, because I am the recruiter that gets tagged 1,000,000 times a day about everything.
And then you can be like, buy my course.
Yeah, just go here, because this will teach you everything.
Yeah, it's amazing. Like, just the power of what you can do digitally now and how that frees up your time.
Yeah.
Well, I am so excited to see what's going to happen with Genie, to hear about the Saudi expansion. Also as well, the Genie Journal, that's going to be fun. And I remember as well, when you were at the retreat, you were kind of like, do I do it? Do I not do it? And then I think immediately when you got back from the retreat, you were like, yes, doing it.
Yeah, I think what it was I kept it a bit quiet because it's so different to what...
Yeah.
And yeah, I was quite shy to talk about it. And then I spoke about it and everyone was so enthusiastic. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to talk about it more. This is what I'm doing.
And now you're talking about it on the podcast.
Exactly, and here we are.
Everyone's going to want to know how to get their hands on it.
Yeah, so.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for listening to the Women on the Rise podcast and our 30 most inspiring female entrepreneurs. If you are inspired by today's episode, why not come and join us in Female Fusion? We would absolutely love to have you. This is where you will be able to connect with the most incredible female entrepreneurs who are all committed to building a most profitable business. All you need to do is head over to femalefusionnetwork.com/join. I look forward to seeing you on the inside.